time, over 26,000 words into writing this manuscript. It is surprisingly easy to write, very enjoyable to write. I hope that also means it's very enjoyable to read. And as a first-time dual point of view writer, it's been surprisingly easy as well. Like, I thought I'd have a hard time switching from character to character, but I feel like, for me at least, that they do have very defined personalities. And also, it's more fun to have the dual point of view because their perceptions of situations are so different. It's like comical, as what I imagine, at least it'll be comical for the reader to be like, oh, he thinks this is happening, she thinks that is happening, there's a huge thing going wrong, and if only they talk to each other, all of this could be avoided. So it's just very fun to write. Hello, it's a start to another day. Writing has been going magnificent so far this week. I know I haven't been vlogging a ton, but I have been really diving into the writing process and kind of forgetting that I'm supposed to be vlogging and forgetting that I'm supposed to be talking to you guys. Just know I'm very much enjoying this book, and it's very fun to write, especially since I'm in the scenes where, like I said, I'll sum it up real quickly. It's friends to lovers. The girl finds out that the guy has a crush on her. He doesn't know that she knows, so she tries to set him up on a date with someone else. And of course, jealousy starts to form, blah, blah, blah. I'm writing those jealousy scenes right now, and it's very fun for me. Now, today in particular, I only have to write 1,500 words, which is so minimal compared to what I normally have to write. So what I'm gonna do is, my little one is in the process of going down for a nap. She's not asleep quite yet, but she hopefully will be soon. I have a lot of admin work that I'm behind on. Like, I need to pre-film some content for Instagram, and there's some other like boring, obnoxious admin stuff that I have to do. So I think I'm going to use her nap time to do that, because I hate doing work like that late at night. And I think if I am not able to work during her nap times today, like write when I say work, I mean write. If I'm not able to write during her nap times today, I know I can write at the end of the day when I'm winding down, and it's such a small word count that if for some reason I don't accomplish anything, which I don't think will be the case, I know I can catch up later on somewhere. All last week when I was writing literally only during her nap times. And this week, I seem to be having the habit of only writing at night. I don't know how this happened. I worked so hard to pre-do so many things. So in the month of November, all I was going to do was focus on writing my book. Yet here I am being like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Oh, I can't not do this. And it's just... So today, another nap time is being interrupted because I have a mom's group. So I have a feeling my little one is going to fall asleep on the car ride back, and that will end up counting as her second nap of the day, which means I only have one nap, and I also have to wake her up early from that one nap in order to go to the mom's group meetup. So I have even less time than usual, and I also I have last week's writing vlog that I just published live, and then there's also the YouTube video that's going to go live this weekend, and I'm in the process of sending that to the sponsor for approval. And so it's like a time sensitive thing. And I feel like a chicken running around with its head cut off. So last week I was super, super productive writing only during her naps. And this week it seems like all of her nap times are getting interrupted, and my work time is getting interrupted by other things that's not writing. And last night I did end up writing before I went to bed, but I didn't get the 1,500 words that I needed. I got just under 1,000 words, which is fine, but like, ooh, is that gonna keep happening? So here's to hopefully having a productive night of writing, because I guess you could say 2,500 words to write today, but really it's just 2,000, but I gotta make up for that 500 words I missed somewhere. Probably that'll happen on Friday, but we'll see how productive I feel tonight. But the good news is whenever I do sit down to write, I am still being super, super productive. I'm just like running out of time to write. So I've discovered a flaw with writing in the evenings, and that's that I'm really tired. And it takes me about an hour of laying down to like have enough energy to do something again, to write. So there's that, and then there's also the fact that when it's nap time, I know nap time is only like an hour, 2 hours max. So I like hyper focus and work a ton and work really fast during nap times. For some reason, after she goes to bed, I'm like, oh, I've got a couple hours before I have to go to bed, and I procrastinate so bad. Like, she goes to bed at 7, like 7:30. It wasn't until like 8:15 I even started to attempt to write. And even then, I was getting really distracted. Like, people were texting me. I kept checking things online. Like, I'm just way more distractible because I know I can afford to be. Which is weird because, like, the work that I did today, like all the boring admin work, I'm still very efficient with that work if I do it at night. So apparently, it's better for me to write during the day because I don't procrastinate as much, and keep the admin work for at night, because for some reason I don't procrastinate the admin work. I think that's because it's really brainless and I can like listen to a podcast or watch TV at the same time, whereas I can't really do that with writing. I get very distracted. And in other news, I have an outline for this book, right? But I started with the outline, and it's not that I've completely rejected the outline. I just like kind of took the scenes that I outlined and kind of modified them. So now the very specific things that I outlined for later on in the book no longer work. Like, I can still make it work, but I'm having to rework my outline as I go, which honestly, I think everyone does that. Like, who doesn't? And I'm liking what I'm creating a lot better, but there was this panicked moment where if I really wanted to, I could like sum up the book and wrap it up really quickly, like where I'm at right now. Like, I could go into the third act right now if I really wanted to, but see, the thing is I can't do that. That's lazy. What I have to do is that lovely little up and down of a plot that you give your characters, where you let them have these wins and then defeats and wins and then defeats. And I did a win defeat, and I kind of wanted to call it quits. I wanted to be lazy about it, but then I'm like, no. One, the book isn't long enough. Two, we haven't put the characters through enough misery yet. So I had to kind of on the spot come up with a lot more wins and defeats, because this is where I struggle a lot with writing the middle of a book, which is basically where I'm at right now. Is when I outline, I come up with a few scenes for the fun and games portion of the book, but it's never enough scenes to really like make it as juicy as I want it to be. So I kind of on the spot had to start making things up. Anyways, what I do have to celebrate though is that my book is at almost 30,000 words total. Almost. I should hit 30,000 words tomorrow. So that's something to celebrate. But yeah, this week is feeling very messy in terms of what I'm writing because I've kind of ditched the outline a little bit. And also in terms of when I'm writing because for some reason I decided to start writing at night instead of during nap times. And I just don't think it's as efficient as I was hoping it would be. It's Friday, which means it is time to pack our bags to do a full day at Meme's so Mama can work. Over 30,000 words into this book, and you know what that means? It's the saggy middle, and yes, I am losing my motivation. The fact that I wrote almost 5,000 words today is an actual miracle. So I got the majority of the writing done at my parents' house while my mom was watching my daughter, but I didn't get all of it done. So I got home, put her to bed, and then kept writing. But before I started writing, I was just procrastinating for at least an hour just on my phone on TikTok, which is why I should probably delete the app from my phone because I truly do not need it. But ended up writing, and the goal was to write just 1,000 more words, and that was gonna put me at like 4,000 words for the day. But then I finally hit my stride, and I was like, well, let's just keep going. And I wanted to make sure I wrapped up the scene because I had words flowing. So that left us with almost 5,000 words, which you guys, I feel like a changed person. At the beginning of this vlog, I was obsessed with the story, and I still am. I think just the novelty of it has worn off, and there was a moment where I was like, oh my god, I can write so fast, I can do this forever, blah, 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 and then, like, I hit that wall, and that wall would be the middle of the book, and this happens with every book and every author, and sometimes it happens multiple times, and we're gonna have to face it and keep writing and deal with it, because sometimes it feels like a saggy middle, and honestly I feel like the stakes of the story are going up really well, but I just am sick of writing, and I think part of it is that I'm falling behind in literally everything else. My house is in shambles, for one. And just like there's a lot of admin work that's piling up right now, and I'm like stressing a little bit, if we're being honest. So this weekend I'm going to try to catch up, give myself a break from writing, but catch up in other areas of life. So next week I can step in refreshed, because today's Friday. And I don't plan on writing again until Monday. So that is it for this vlog. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys found it entertaining, inspiring, I don't know, but at least for me, it's accountability. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next writing vlog.